Well, I think that's about all we've got for tonight. And thanks everybody for asking those questions. Tony, you got anything else you want to say? Any closing comments?
Nah, just shout out to all my chums and all my brothers in the teams, and all the people that know me, my family and everybody. And thanks for being so nice to me. And the teams, thanks for being so nice to me and letting me do all those wicked cool things, And Jocko, thanks for having me. It's so good to see you, my brother.
Always.
Echo, pleasure.
Me too,
I mean, just phenomenal, You don't know how many people watch your show. I watch this.
Well, what fires me up the most is obviously the military guys and the team guys, and team guys that are, our bros that are like, hey, man, that was great. Oh, yeah. I learned, and that just gets me. That's why I'm doing this, man.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing this. And, yeah, that's what means the most to me. And having you on here, obviously, is phenomenal. So, everybody that is out here that's listening to this, thanks for listening to the podcast. Thanks for supporting it. If you do want to support the podcast a little bit, Echo Charles, tell them quickly how to do it.
Actually, I do have one more question.
Go ahead.
If you don't mind. You know how? Okay, you're like a hard guy. I know this is put real simply, and this might be kind of an ambiguous question, but like that example you say, it was real hot, and you're not even drinking water; you're drinking coffee in Copenhagen.
Yeah,
kind of example. Like, why is that? You know how? Because it's a spectrum, right? Like a lot of people, like some people, they can be big, they can run, 10 miles, no problem, all this stuff, but they get in certain kind of discomfort physically or whatever, they're done. Or you get these big guys or whatever, they miss one meal, they're done.
Right. They're thoroughbreds.
Yeah, so you're like the...
I was part of that crew in the teams who fist fought and drank a lot, and so that kind of trained us, being hungover and stuff. We would be hungover and go to work, and you work out for 3 hours.
Yeah.
So these guys I knew guys who they could never do that.
Right.
So we were kind of like bottom feeders. So when shit got bad, we're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll make a.
But I'm not like that anymore. I work, I need to drink water because I'm not used to it anymore.
Yeah, I would. There was some kind of a genetic component, right? I freely admit, I don't sleep a lot, right? And I understand that it's not just because I'm just tough. It's because there's some genetic component in there that doesn't require a lot of sleep. And
me either.
And I have one of my. I've told this before. One of my daughters. I'll go to bed at 11:30. She'll be awake, and then I'll wake up at 4:30 in the morning, and she'll be awake. She's genetically, she doesn't need a lot of sleep. So I know I'm kind of like that too. Mm-hmm. And there's some, just FYI for Tony, there's something genetic about the water intake because, I did patrols and stuff with you, and I'm fairly hard, but I need water. I would need to carry more water than you, and never would I be like a bitch about it, but no, I would need twice as much water as Tony would need, and I don't weigh twice as much. I'm whatever, I'm maybe 40 pounds heavy or something like that, but so there's some genetic component that makes you need less water and makes me need a decent amount of water.
Yeah.
So again,
also I spent a lot of time at Nylon.
Yeah, for sure. You're acclimated to it.
Yeah. I'm not like that now.
Right.
I need a lot of water.
But even overall, above and beyond just the water situation, where, and you're like this too a lot. We're kind of talking about this. Where do you think that, if you just sit around indoors and after a while you're like, bro, I got to get out.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people, they're not like that. They're the opposite. There's dang, there's a lot going on outside. I better stay indoors.
Yeah.
Even big, tough, strong guys. A lot of people are like that. Is it, and does this kind of fall in line with why you took to the team so readily?
Absolutely, Echo.
Because you're like that too.
Without a doubt.
And I'll tell you again, going back to give credit where credit's due, man. The people that we were raised by the same people in the teams,
yeah,
and those guys, They didn't complain about anything. They showed no weakness ever. Ever. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're tired. You'd never hear a guy say he was tired ever.
No,
Ever.
no.
Hurt doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Broken something? No, just be quiet.
Put tape on it.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, and so when you're brought up that way, and I mean it was blatantly obvious when you got the teams.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you just know there was no, just don't complain about anything. Yeah. Just suck it up. Oh, this sucks. Yeah. Don't even admit that it sucks. Oh. Don't ever do that.
Yeah, and
just be quiet.
That's probably the best way to explain it.
Yeah.
That and like I didn't have anything else but that. Like I said, I wasn't the best shooter. I wasn't the biggest guy, but I had that. I always had that.
I remember one time we were training, and you know how like after a round is done, like a lot of people, and I was one of those people, you just flop on your back and lay down and get your rest.
Yeah, weak.
One time, long time ago.
Took your eyes off your enemy.
That was more or less the attitude. He was like, you look a little tired there. Almost like it was when you first kind of started coaching me up a lot.
Yeah.
And you were like, you look a little tired there. But it wasn't a joke. It was kind of like as if you really wanted to say, bro, don't do that
Don't
right
do
there.
that
Like
shit.
stand up, walk. Don't,
Yeah.
You're like showing weakness. Like, I don't like how you do that. That was really the tone.
That was
So that makes a lot of sense right there. But that being said, I feel like it goes a little bit above and beyond just having a skill or being really good at being able to tolerate pain. I feel like, just like how you were saying, I think, a few weeks ago, you were like,
There is
I
a
kind
word
of
for
want
it.
a little bit of pain to show I'm alive kind of thing.
Right, absolutely. But like in our case, I think it can be categorized as that we are we're lunatics.
Yeah, like massive.
Because who wants who wants to just be a frogman for 20 something years? I mean, that's just puts so hard on your body.
Yeah.
But we are lucky.
Yeah,
Man.
lucky. But a guy like Tim
Lucky.
Farrell, who you talked about earlier, I mean, all the guys that we talked about, Mr. Fack, I mean, how old? When we were coming up on the teams, he was 46, 47 years old.
Yeah, he was old.
All broken.
Yeah.
Broken knees, broken ankles. Guess what? Out there on a 6.5 mile run.
Oh, yeah.
Every single time. And what were the complaints? None.
Not one.
None ever.
Ever.
Just crush everyone and just be actually like Mr. Fack, he wouldn't crush people on the run, but you'd see him hobbling
Yeah.
across the finish line and you'd be like, that had to hurt so bad. But he just whatever.
Yeah.
Put a little tape on it.
Well,
whatever.
I fell out of a helicopter and broke my heel bone on Halloween Day.
Yeah.
And I deployed in, well, actually I went over it before our deployment, so I deployed in March.
Dang.
Yeah, I got hammered and I cut my cast off with these bolt cutters, and that wasn't a good idea. And I remember the Master Chief of the command. He's like, he wanted to make sure I was good to go overseas, so I'd be walking down the hallway. And I'd see him. I'd walk perfect. And it hurt so bad. He goes, how you doing? I stand there, shoot the shit with him for a minute. Good, Roger. All right, hey, I got to go. Go in the bathroom and go in the head and be like, oh, damn it. I mean, I was still hobbling when we deployed.
Yeah.
But it just kind of went away. There's no way I was missing that. No way.
No.
I think most of us are like that. Maybe to begin with, but maybe taught like out of it. Because, I mean, even an everyday person, if they do something kind of hard, a workout or even, something, like people will recreational be like, I think I want to run a marathon or something like that. So when they do something hard or kind of painful, some kind of adversity, and it's done, you feel good. I think that's a natural thing,
absolutely.
Right? Like people like, look at my cool scar, that kind of thing. But it kind of feels like, and I'm kind of listening and stuff from as an outsider a little bit here, it kind of seems like those shackles of kind of being trained out of that just didn't happen for you guys and guys like you,
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we got trained in the other way.
Right, yeah. Or I think you guys just held on to it,
Oh, absolutely.
Like it just, yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and there's a bunch of badass frogmen that are in the teams.
Yeah, that's all. That's
And
all
you can go talk to the Marines, Army soldiers, tough bastards.
Bro,
Oh, yeah.
Cake Nuts. Okay, so when he was living here, we're rolling jiu-jitsu. What's that thing that it's like this syndrome when you just work out?
Oh
without,
yeah, it's called
like beyond
rhabdomyolysis.
Yeah, so he gets that, by the way, and he it's just from
his best friend growing up.
Two
of his best friends growing up are team guys. I'll tell you who they are later.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
we're rolling jujitsu, and he's like going every day, just all day. He's like, "Man, I'm just doing jujitsu," and he's kind of quiet, you know. He's like, "Oh, we're all done. We've been done. Hard day." Then like, you know, the guys who showed up later, whatever, they're still kind of, they're like, "Hey, you want to roll?" Okay, that's like this. Okay, like that. So he never says no. The next week,
Like
I guess he had to
already.
go to the doctor or whatever. The next week, he's like, "Yeah, you have that rhabdo. Like, have you been doing a lot of physical output? You know, this is." He's like, "Yeah,
Be
'cause
careful
I've just
with
been
that.
freaking." I know, but that's exactly what I'm saying.
But normally that stops a guy in his tracks while they're training, and he's just like, no, just keep training.
Yeah,
Oh, someone else wants to train.
I
Cool,
mean, I
let's do it.
remember one time he said, like, "Oh, I'm kind of tired." All right, he said that, but he didn't say, "I'm done rolling." You know,
You didn't
someone
say like
asked you.
you look tired.
No, but man, yeah,
Awesome.
that's what I think.
Awesome.